So good afternoon to everybody. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Mohana itu Walkathon. Itulah mui ala brief report day dibo. Today is the 34th day. We started on the 21st February. Our aji culminate wishe. We covered around 980 kilometers. So average 28 kilometers per day. Mahan itu cover kurishe. Aro mahan Chungmagitima district para start kurishe. 7 mile. 7 mile bar mahan Mainamsi aishe. From Mainamsi mahan Medzipima aishe. From Medzipima we went to Zubza Gumaishe. And Zubzabra Mohan Jakama Jaishe via Kohima or Jakamar Mohan Futsuro Yeshe, Futsuro to Meluri Mohan Kifri Yeshe, Shamator Yeshe to Insang. We went to Aboy, Tobu, Aboy. From Aboy we went to Wakching. Our Wakching Mohan Tamlu Aishe. Tamlu para moihan tuli din namishe, aru tuli ba nami na moihan itu Charangong Valley, itu Foothill Road to mohan itu lushide. Sorry, from Tuli we took Jajang. From Jajang we came down to Longchem headquarters. From Longchem headquarters we came down to Simito village. That's in Charangong Valley. From there we took the Foothill Road. Foothill Road Luigina Moihan, Aina Mera Pani Deo Aro Hol Kurishe. Aro Mera Pani Bra Aro the Foothill Road to Newland to Khaloje, Aro Khaloje to Dimapur. So we touched almost all the districts except Noklak, Zunabato, and Zeminu. Khalid in the district cover Kuranai. I believe we covered around 13 districts. So itu mangla journey to itu in brief itu apni kang janai dia ase. Kon isina moi khan do gariwa bero pare. Olebi gariwa bero shigli to manulo duk suk na janibo manu reality to ni dikhibo itu ane mohan gariwa janai. That's why we opted for walk. Our walk the entire 34 days we have been interacting with people, we have been interacting with farmers, we have been interacting with the entrepreneurs, we have been interacting with the public leaders, student organizations, we interacted with church leaders. In our entire 34 days to month itu protection. So mohan tate mohan ekta conclusion da ahadu. Governance too is missing. Governance is only in Kohima and Dimapur area. It was there. So that is the conclusion of the RPP, that there's no governance in other districts. Because Kwanishina, even in an advanced place like Mokchun district, that part of Mokchun called Mangolemba subdivision, specifically Longchem ESC headquarters area. That is very backward. Tate, we were shocked to see a wooden bridge because the entire eastern area will be wooden bridge to Dihanai. Hoi accessibility, road condition to same story everywhere. Biase will be wooden bridge dikhado. That was the most shocking thing. Our Mohan eastern area Beradam de Mohan Mohan Dikhibado 500 meter portion of the highway. Itu 2018 bra landslide Koreana itu to Rasta Luyeshe. Since 2018, commuters, transporters, they have been traversing through the riverbed. We are talking about the Yaya River in Shamato district. 2008 pra Iluina ito takpi government do rasta banana. Summer hushiglu to pani aishiglu to travel is impossible. People are living in such difficult conditions. Aro, ki hoya se, we listen to the grievances of the people. Topu kambi tahambi district mangi ase, Aboy kambi district mangi ase. We have already given a press release that if Chomekitima can be given, if Chomekitima can be carved out from Dimapur district on grounds of administrative convenience, so why not Tobu and Aboy? Kilimane, these are border areas, are very sensitive areas, and Tobu is more than 120 kilometers away from Mon headquarters. So the distance, the inaccessibility of the place, it was substantial. They deserve. These two places deserve. The people of these two places deserve a district. Ito our people are understanding to ekta ase, conclusion ekta ase. Secondly, what the government needs to do, or Judi RPP power do, what we will do is border area department ekta thakibo lage. Kile mane border areas are the most neglected areas. We are talking about ito Bhandari sector, aro Janat Chirangkong sector, aro upore jaigina ito Alongtaki Mangulapa sector. These the continuous stretch ito ekdam backward area ekta ase. There is no developmental activity. The only development which is taking place is logging, which is illegal. Logging to chuli ase. Shaktiman Khan, dolibe elephant Khan bra log tani gina. Ito tahan foothill danibo, border in Assam. Tade foothill, the Champang and Merapani sector there, we counted, I think, almost 20 sawmills. I believe logging has been banned in the Northeast by the Supreme Court. Holibi kyo ase hills pra Naga hills pra log to tani aningena foothills te tade ito kati ase, and the finished product obviously is going to Assam and elsewhere. Environmental destruction though it's too great, it will kopole kothai nai. And Doyang River itself has been destroyed. So iniga situation there, people are suffering. Kilimane accessibility nai, transport nai. Our means of livelihood be nai to. Government schemes can open chair, schools nai, dispensaries can nai, health centers can nai. So iniga situation there, how can we call ourselves? How can there be any form of development? Business activity, economic activity, kunai. Assam side of the foothill road, ekdam developed ase, rasta tip top ase, schools ase, dispensaries ase, colleges kami thakibo. The whole stretch, Assam side te hushigulido, ekdam developed areas. Only in Nagaland side to the kunai. We went to Champang, AAC headquarters. We thought that Champang was a booming town. Champang do tada AAC headquarters ase, NEP outpost sector ase, itu ase, nothing else. Whereas just a few hundred meters from this Champang, AAC headquarters, Assam side to the man developed. So basically, Mohala conclusion, agir ko nijina. Governance nai in the rest of the districts. Government, the role of government is missing. The hand of government is missing in these areas. Our people have become so skeptical. Ito mohan jaigina public leaders can, student leaders can do the interact and yes, they were so happy. Taigan mohan bal received Cruise. They were very hospitable, very generous. That's what we keep saying. Naga people are good people. The kind-heartedness, the good-naturedness, they have become very skeptical people. We have become skeptics. Government leaders, politicians can promise to down promise However, none of the promises are fulfilled. Election time da aibo, itu kuri dibo, district dibo, itu kurubo. For the last 15 years, I believe Tobu Manokandu dahan district mangi ase. Every election since 2008, leaders will come, leaders from this side, they will go there and they will give a promise. Yes, we'll give you a district. However, till now, district of DNI, broken promises. Some of the areas, eastern area Jado, in fact, even in Pek district, EAC headquarters are Ase. However, the administrative officer, they refuse to come there. So for the last 5-10 years, office to Ase, however, Manudu Nai. The officer is missing. It's the same story even in, eastern areas and elsewhere. So it's a very sad situation. And Moigan Manulu indirect radam de Mohando Beshi Sorombi Kachide, RPB Hando, Kilimane. They shared their pain, they shared their stories. Already do time de Mohan Kigubo. What answer can we give them? Because for the last 30-40 years, they have been offered only broken promises, nothing else. Ito here, happening here quite. So for now, I think I'll stop here and our treasurer can take over.
Thank you. I want to highlight one scheme that has taken place in Harunki. Harunki, Guignecta, Bosti, Yai River there. They have made a hydro project, Harunki Hydro Project, in 1986. 1986 there, department to Jagine, itu hydro project to banai. But it has never been commissioned. Machines are there, will it be not running? Installed Gurishe, but they have not commissioned. We want to ask, why was it in the first place installed if it is not going to be run, if it is not going to be commissioned? We came to know that a huge amount of money was spent by the government for this Horanki hydro project. Bosti Manukhan ke hudishe, Bosti Manukhan koise, hoy ahigine thakise, ahigine taikhan kam khan kurise, hole bhi ek bar bhi machine bhi cholai diya nahi. So this hydro project was a farce, money making, minting money laga project ekta he thakise naga bhi dikhise de. Aro agete koa nisina, the road ito Yai River laga upor de, landslide too. The road that we took down to the river, rasta bhi chotto hi ase, 2 vehicles cannot cross. Ekta ahise gole to log paise gole, either one has to go back down to the river or the other one goes back to the highway. Duita gari kitte bhi cross kuru na pare. Itu rasta he loi kine manukhan birai ase. All the officials are traversing on that road. Government officials can be to travel kuri ase. How can we neglect our people like this? Pani ahele to, it seems they have no means of connectivity. Uku jabo na pare kuch. Only dry time dehe we could people can traverse that road. We went and slept in that river. Amikhan tade jaikine gumaise. And we found that so many vehicles are plying. Government vehicles can be ply kuri ase, private vehicles, sumos, all the vehicles are plying from that river bank. Itu stretch bhi down ase. Itu upor de ekta bridge ase. The bridge is so small. Bus to jado le to ami halaga bus ke bhi lagi deise. The bus could not take the turn. Kiman adjust kuri bhi turn kuru na pare. So literally it means that the bridge and the road is not meant for public transport. Public transport to bus jabo kore to kite bhi jabo na pare. We have also seen that also. Manukhan laga khisa huni gine, the public grievances itukan huni gine. 100 rupees te hajira kuri ase ho. 100 rupees wage te kaam kuri ase. Rasta khan te cable lay kuri time de. There were two young boys, maybe 15, 16 years. Tai dujon ke hudise ki kuri ase kuse hajira kuri ase. Kiman diye kuse 100 taka. No fooding, just 100 rupees. Itu citizen live kuri ase. How can we deny these people their rights, the facilities that we enjoy here in Kohima and Dimapur? Saigane bishi soram kaiside. And we want to challenge the government, the present government. Foothill Road to, in terms of crores and crores pegayase, have the government, the officials, the ministers ever traversed through that road? Chief Minister loigene tailaga team loise gole to we are ready to follow him. Rasta to tai banaya ase jeepable kore ase. Literally no road. Nakatia jaga di ase. There are places where roads have not even been aligned properly. And how can we say that the road is jeepable? Itu Naga manuke thoka lagado. I think this should stop. Napare kore tu napare. Kuribo parya nahi itu kobo lai. But we have been cheated. Especially the districts besides Kohima, Dimapur, Chumikidima, Newland, North, those going to use this road. Itu can be the leaders should see. Jabo lage. Drive or walk and go and see the real situation. Misa laga ase de itu. Bridge banaise gole bi rasta to complete noy. Even if we build the bridge that we have been speaking so much on, itu bridge to banaise gole bi the foothill so-called express highway. Sorom ase itu express highway ko both. Two vehicles will not be able to cross. And the few meters or kilometers that is there now, it will be leak is so deep, truckers can 4-wheel can bharai jase. So small vehicles cannot go. You have to take the leak on the side and then it's your luck. Inagalaga rasta hi ase. And we are calling that foothill road banaya ase. But in reality we have seen aminga jaigina saigina ase do. So it is a lie. And we challenge the government to come. We are ready to follow you. If you say that this is the real foothill, show us. We have already seen, and we would like to challenge the government to prove that it is jeepable. Itu saigina bishi sorom kaiside. And I think the Nagas should not be fooled time and again. Kiman salaminga ke fool gurigina ase. Nije laga state bitore gusibole we have to cross Assam. Itu to sorom kotha ase do. Nagaland ekta state ase we get sanctions, we get schemes, we get special privileges from the central government. But in reality, amikhan nije district jabole bi we have to cross Assam and face all the harassments. And we're saying that the foothill road is under construction. It is jeepable. No, it is totally wrong. We have seen, we have walked, and we have proved that it is a lie. It was a day. President, I think you may. And another thing in watching, we can watching the Aboy Bara watching Puncha time there. The church, watching Baptist Church pastor, he spent 1,000 rupees to prepare to give us water. We could not take bath at night because there was no water. That 1,000 rupees, we used that water to cook our food. And the day when we were holding there, we came to know that a village in Dimapur was given the facility of 13 borings under JJM, Jal Jeevan Mission. Dimapur is a place where water is scarce maybe, but not as dry as the other places. And in place like Wakching and Tamlu, Not a single point has been offered. But after 2-3 days, we visited Wakching. We immediately gave some press releases, and we came to know that they called us while we were coming down. They called us and informed us that the PHE department has reached Wakching. And they were informed that on Thursday, the engineers from Kohima are coming to Wakching. Unless a party goes and speak out for them, the government is not going to do anything for them. They don't have the right to get the water. It's a pathetic situation. I think that we are really treating them very, very badly. Even in the district of Mokokchung, we found that this Alongtaki constituency is one of the most backward subdivision in Nagaland. Rasta bhi thik nai, bridge bhi nai, wooden bridge para banai kine ase. Niche wala to dangor gari khan jai, upor wala to choto gari jai. Upor wala te dangor gari na ja dure to giri jabo kushi. Upor gari te jai le to upor wala te jaise heavy vehicles jaise gole giri jabo. So they have made a lower bridge. Mati lo de. Inaga kori ne dangor gari khan tate jai. So we need 2 types of bridges to traverse that area. Inaga situation de dikise. It's very sad. It's very sad. I think we have to say the truth. We have to tell the truth. We are saying what we have seen. To exaggerate Koreabi no. We are trying to say to the public, let us choose leaders. Let us not choose politicians giving us promises one after the other, which is never fulfilled. And we also appeal to the public, Naga public manukhanbi, poisa para apila vote bikri na koribina. It is high time we say no to money power. It is high time we say no. We need our rights. We need the facilities. We need development. We need education. We need good medical facilities. Ito kan na hoigine so far away, so far flung. There are cases where bimar hoigine hospital like choto ekta bisari jata imde rasta para mori ja laga. Ito kisa kan bi koisi te. Morom lagi ho naga manu hi ase to. Yeah.
Yeah, let me also chip in. We also visited the Tuli paper mill and Mohan Jane Saishe. So Tuli paper mill though obviously is in shambles. Machinery can be so khotomo yeshe. Building can be so khotomo yeshe. The forest has, forest trees and creepers and everything. Ito pura ito building hange ito bihagurna ase. So we wanted to talk to the workers union also, workers union president. Olivia, unfortunately, I think ito repairing to kothai nai de. Repairing is not possible. Judi ito paper mill to aro julabo lage to everything has to start afresh. Machineries can be nutun hobo lage. Buildings can be bhangai na nutun banawo lage. Ito mohan ekta observation diise. Aro ekta observation in Aboy is not everything is negative. Aboy is a very fast growing town. Aboy headquarters. So right now they have around the town has around 11 schools, including one higher secondary school. All of it they need a college. Higher education. So we also appeal to the government to look into the issue because Aboy the population bishi ase konishina our students come bishi ase. But the problem is that once they complete their matric or higher secondary, they have to come down in Dimapur or Kohima for their higher education. And economic condition biase Naga Manogan and to study in Kohima and Dimapur it's a kikubo ekdam financial constraint itu parents can face kore ase itu oni moi kan Moi RPP khando tahala public leaders khana demand to support kore ase that there should be a college in that area, in a boy area. Aro Tuli is also a very fast growing town. In the last 5-6 years, Tuli has changed. In fact, it has changed overnight. Aro Tuli the tahan public leaders kambra mohange kuato government ke koi gina passenger train Tuli tak to pathai dibi. Right now, what is happening is train to ase. Holibi itu goods train ase. Itu tahan passenger train lage koi gina itu mohange koi dagish. So we appeal to the government to look into the grievances or the issues demanded by the Tuli people. Or Tuli the mohan saw parishugli to that it has everything. Tea gardens ase, commercial trees kana se, it has stones kana se, koila ase, and Tuli can become the next industrial hub. Mohan, apart from Dimapur, Tuli can be the next industrial hub. So government should have a proper policy in place. Noli to sob Dimapur aibo, Kohima aibo, putting pressure on the existing infrastructure, whereas the rest of the districts are neglected. No, it doesn't hold like it. Tuli develop grow like it, and it should, in fact, it can be even better in Dimapur, Tuli. It has vast potential. It mohan dikhi paase. Or it mohan eastern district, especially it mohan ekta jagar boishe, which Longchin na Longchin. Longchin manu mohan ko ato. When we especially from Longchin village, Taigan, Q has it here. Opportunity nai. So what is happening is lots of youths, they are migrating to other areas, to other districts. Some as daily wage laborers, some as like child labor, domestic help in Kohima and Dimapur. So Kohima Dimapur the domestic help. Eastern Manu, Konyak Manu Asuguludu. Chances are very high that these are from a boy or Tubi area. Tahina Gushide. Chances are very high that they are from a boy or Tubi area. So they were saying that more than 400 youths from Longchin village itself have migrated to other places as child labor, domestic help, or as daily wage earners in other places. And in fact, tam kodo Mokchun town ekla de 400 as na kipo good actually. Yeah. Even in Mokchun town itself, 400 numbers of vision. Tana busti bra. Nulbi to area bra. And the one good thing which we noticed in Mon district is people are into sports. Young people. They are all into sports. In fact, all the young people are into sports. Bachaba Luigina Dangor, pura sports clear. Either football, volleyball, badminton, everybody's into sports. And we know that kickboxing hulibi, wushu hulibi, these days, Konyaks have become very proficient. Takam bahar jana gold medal winners come porta mohan paper dikhi ase. Aru mohan jana suguba dikhi. They are so much into sports. So why don't the government set up a sports academy in Mon area, in Mon district? Itu kuru parishigul itu. Then I think we talk about Nagaland Olympic Association being a part of the Indian Olympic Association. We take so much pride in that. Poila do Nagaland Olympic Association bi thaka nai. Holibi itu government na bichi to mohan set up kurishe. Mang kotha koe. To judi itu iniga asugulu to sports academy set up kuribina Mon area de at least. Then walk the talk kurisabi government be and manula potential asito. This sports is inherent in their DNA, I guess. And Tangla area topography itself, builds their natural athleticism. Na? Tangan morning evening sports kilibo. No sam bane do tangan jana khiti kam kurubo, aibo, pani gothabo. Kilomone tap water nai. I think they have to go down to the valley to draw water. So iniga up down climb ko thakabi tangan gane ito the natural athleticism build korichina etu suspect kori ase mohan etu bhavna bi ase to kotha repeat kora ase hole bi we need a sports academy in Mon district.
Any questions? Yes.
Yes.
Border area department.
Yes.
I believe we already have one more department, but
Border affairs.
border affairs.
Yes.
How would you want this border department increasing by the army?
It should be a developmental department. Yes, developmental department. Basically taking care of infrastructure, roads, education, hospitals. Because they are all these line departments, these development departments, they are not focusing on the border area. In fact, the state doesn't have any border policy. In short, there is no border policy, and whereas we understand that Assam has a border policy.
Or the line of border area development department,
Yes.
not border affairs.
Not border affairs, no. And when we talk about border area development department, that in fact even the Burmese border areas also is also included.
By the way, why did you skip the other three districts?
Because the idea was a circular. The whole idea was to go for a circular walk around Nagaland, because if these three districts, it doesn't fall in that circular partner. So, and time is a constraint, and resources, we have resources constraint as well. So we felt that we can skip these three districts. These districts we'll visit at a later time. The next step, we have to identify potential leaders for the coming elections, and we intend to set up candidates wherever it's possible or feasible. And as a political party, we have to fight the electoral battle, because we all know the system is corrupted. The system itself is not working. And RPP being a political party, we need to send representatives to the Nagaland Legislative Assembly if there's to be change in Nagaland.
As per your observation, you say that it's a failure of government, but don't you think people are also
I will not be too quick to judge the people, because the government has a bounden duty to serve the people, and I think we have failed them in many ways, because as we have stated, in the border areas there's nothing, no roads, no schools, no bridges, nothing, and we complain to people for these areas not having roads or schools or bridges. The government should have developed these areas long time back. I mean, in fact, we are 30 years too late.
So how do you think this the case that you have taken, when you share the election memorandum that you will have in the for the coming election? So what things are you going to improve lessons that you learned from the state in the election memorandum? Election manifesto for the coming election.
All these things will be included in the election manifesto.
Do we have any priority?
No, priority we have already spelled out. Our priority is good governance, women empowerment, youth empowerment, rule of law. Those are self-reliant economy. Those are the priority areas of this party. for elections.
Yeah. Yes, that will be. And how many constituencies?
See, we would, I mean, our, if possible, we want to set up candidates in all the assembly seats. But I don't think that's going to be possible because we are looking for good leaders, and good leaders are hard to come by these days. So let's see. We really don't know.
Opportunity arises as the RTP tying up with another political party. Will it ever happen?
I don't think that will happen because, sorry.
You will go with the party.
Yeah, we will not have any alliance with any party. We have already spelled it out in our first press conference last year.